makeup, everything is on point. Greetings, everyone. Greetings. Welcome to Beyond Boardroom Business. I'm your host, Coach Stephanie, and I have the privilege to interview trailblazers. Yes, business owners, leaders, just people who make a difference, people who are assets to society. I'm telling you, people, listen, get your friends in here. You want to have your pens, your laptops, your phones, whatever it is that you use to take notes. You want to make sure that you comprehend what this sister is about to give you. She's going to drop some gems, okay? And let me give you a little bit of her bio before I introduce her. So I want you to know, first off, she is not your average stylist. Her name is Mrs. Angela Mullen-Batson, and she is an accomplished industry stylist who has graced print, TV ads, digital, major publications, and even Times Square billboards. Wow. She is a mom of 4, and she is a wife. Okay. And she's learned to navigate the challenges of balancing a high professional career with family life. After conquering burnout and early obstacles, she now dedicates herself to guiding purpose driven individuals towards both personal fulfillment and professional success. So, without further ado, I would love to bring on Mrs. Angela Mullen-Batson. Greetings. How are you tonight?
Hey.
All right. It is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you. Because I definitely wanted to interview you because my podcast, Beyond Boardroom Business, is all about business and getting to know trailblazers. But why I think it's so important for this episode with you as a guru, a styling guru, is because your image is everything. And for these business people out here, they need to understand how important their clothing, their attire is, and the alignment of who they are and the essence of who they are, their wardrobe, their business, their livelihoods, et cetera, et cetera. But before we get into that, please tell us, who is Angela?
Angela Mullen-Batson. She is a force to be reckoned with, okay? She is a woman of God. She is a wife. She is a mother of 4. She is purpose driven. Mm-hmm. She's a lifestylist.
Okay, I love it. I love it. So, how long have you been doing this?
I've been styling for over 10 years now.
Wow, that's amazing. So, within 10 years, over 10 years, and you have 4 children, how do you do it?
Yeah. Whew. Raising industry babies. That's what I've been calling them lately because they have been in this journey with me for as long as they can remember. Wow. When we moved here to Atlanta, I only had 3 of them. So they remember mommy when she was working retail. The oldest does. He remembers the long trips working my retail job. But the others, they don't know me for anything other than working in the TV and film industry. Wow. And the crazy schedule that comes with that. So, but now at this peak, they're getting to see mommy a little bit more.
I love it. And then your husband, how is it having a husband and a loving family going through all of the different things that you have to go through as a business owner?
Yeah, luckily my husband is very, very supportive. He believes in me, he believes in God, and he believes in the journey that is ahead of me and my vision. So he's very supportive. He's an entrepreneur as well. So I think that helps him understand the hustle and bustle of things. But for us, our first business is our family. That's our top priority. That is business first. And yeah, so our businesses have to make sure that they are in alignment with our goals for having a successful family.
Okay, wonderful. So how did this all get started? Did you have mentors? How did you step into your calling?
Honestly, I stepped into my call stripped away from what I felt was my identity. And that was years ago when I was working in the healthcare field, and my hair was not an appropriate color to work in a hospital. Um, it was red. I had to wear a net because of bright red hair. It's just not professional. Like, I needed to cover that up. And, I started to lose myself. I was already wearing scrubs, and I'm like, now I can't even wear my outfits. Like, I got to wear scrubs. I'm going to zhuzh them up. I'm going to make them look good. But once I put the hair on, it was like, okay, none of this is me anymore. All of this is a uniform, and this is what I have to do to work here. But this is not me. And for me at that time in my life, my clothes and what I wore, that was all of me. That was my voice. That was how I expressed myself. So and that took that off the table. I was like, I can't work here if I can't wear what I want to wear. Which triggered me to just want to go back to retail, because in retail I was accepted for wearing whatever my style was what I wanted it to be. So that's how I started to really follow my heart, by just working in retail and being able to help other women get dressed up, feel their best. Yeah.
So you like being in environments where you're able to express yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
beautiful.
to be able to express myself, but most importantly, I like to be surrounded by people who care about their life. They care about something. They care about what they're doing and why they're doing it. They're doing it with an intention. So I connected really well in retail with people who came in with the sole purpose of needing an outfit to look their best for an event, or they needed to just feel good while they were accepting some form of accomplishment, an achievement award or something. So I just love their reason for wanting to come into retail. Now, of course, there's some people who are just looking. The ones who could truly define why they were in that store in the first place, it just made me excited about life, and I wanted to be a part of that story. So I made sure I wanted to get them a look. I wanted to give them something to be remembered by, so that when, oh my God, who did this? Get it? They could remember a piece of me. So I wanted to just leave my little stamp on the world, and that's how I do it.
I see. So
Yeah.
let's go back into your childhood. Was there any mentor, or was there anything that sparked this feeling of wanting to design outfits or whatever it is that you do? Do you know when you came into it? I know you discussed about being a nurse or working in the hospital, but before then, when you were a child, when did you discover, in other words, when did you discover that you like clothes and that this is something that you might seriously consider full time?
My parents loved dressing me up. Loved my father get dressed up. He's included me on his outfit selections. And he just made sure he had those nice little final touch details. Like, loves wearing a hat. So now, like, that's my connection. You might always see me in a fedora or a ball cap, but it's because at an early age, that was my dad's, like, that was the final touch to his personal style, was his hat. So I started borrowing his hats, but my mom always fly. She made sure I was just in whatever I wanted to be in, and we just couldn't come out the house looking any kind of. You just can't. So we become a little bit more mindful of what I'm wearing. It made me have fun. It made me more interested. And then there were shows back then. Rachel Zoe Project. So she was always like my mentor without her even knowing me. And that's how mentors can be. Sometimes you're a mentor, your mentor, but watching shows like The Hills, just falling in love with how people look, because I couldn't come out the house kind of way. I'm like, well, what kind of way do I want to look? How do I feel when I look this kind of way? So I just started to explore more with fashion, and not even so much fashion, just style, what you can do with the pieces that your eye gravitates towards. And I always had a unique eye for just any specialty piece, anything that looked interesting, even if to somebody else they wouldn't pick it up. To me, I'm just like so fascinated with the uniqueness and the artistry behind it, and to be a part of that. Like, okay, how can I wear this? Like, and then at that point now I have so many different ideas in mind that it's like, okay, I just told myself like 3 different ways I can wear this. I definitely need this, so just being able to have fun and learn who I am and discover who I am just through having a passion for fashion and style.
I love it. So let me ask you, the expert. I have on white tonight, and for those who say, you can only wear white a certain season, I don't know who they are, but are there any rules, and who do we follow? Do we have to follow anyone?
Whoever they is, they need to sit down. That's what they need to do. But whether they're sitting or standing, it doesn't matter, because we're not focusing on they. We're focusing on you. That's what we got to get. We got to get back to, who am I? What do I want? What do I like? Giving ourselves that permission and validation that we're looking for. Like, that's power. Like, I don't know who you are. And if that's how you feel and that's what you wear or don't wear, that's great, as long as you know your whys. Now, me and myself and I, these are my whys, so I like to focus back on who I am. And that's one thing I try to encourage my clients to do. I want for them to focus on them. I want for you to focus on who you are, what you like, and the woman that you are trying to. We are putting you in pieces that help you take those steps to become that version of yourself. And that don't have nothing to do with nobody, no they, just you.
I love it. I love it. So walk me through the process. Someone that comes to you as a customer, what do they have to look forward to?
Oh, they have to look forward to an experience. This is a self-experience. This is a self-development journey, a self-love journey. This is a moment to be honest about yourself, and to ultimately accept yourself for who you are, but see yourself as the woman that you're trying to be, so that you can become excited about the transformation that's going to happen and what you're going to learn with knowing how to use your closet and your image as a tool to become successful.
So you don't just help with the outfit on the outside, you help with their mind as well. As a life. How do you put it all together?
Yeah, so I'm, as a life stylist, I remind my clients that life is your production. They'll think, oh, you only work in production, you only work for brands. Yeah, but you're the producer of life. You have so much power, you have so much control, you have so much creativity, but we become so distracted that we give all of that power away when it's in our hands. I try to help them the noise, really focus in on where they are right now and where they want to go, so we can discover how we can bridge the gap. Now, as we do focus on what we're wearing, because we understand that we are our brand, and that's our image. What you see, who you see their clothes and what they're wearing before they even open up their mouth and speak. So that alone is a first impression. And if you your wardrobe, if you use your closet right, if you use the pieces that are in your closet right and look at them as a tool, you'll understand that now you're the designer. You're the designer to your success. You're using your image as a tool to help you gain more exposure by just having it be a conversation starter. For me, I was an introvert. I'm still an introvert. I'm working on myself. If I put on a cute outfit, that's a way for me to spark a conversation, or that's a way for them to spark a conversation with me. So learning how to own the room and get the attention and attraction that you want without even having to speak, just based on what it is that you're wearing. So that's a piece of it, but that's not everything. Now that's just advertising. That's you advertising yourself. But now we go in deeper. What do you offer? What are you offering them? Who are you? Are you creating your brand in a way where you're living around your work, or are you working around your life? Do you want freedom and flexibility? Do you want to be booked and dizzy? Like they say, booked and busy. No, booked and busy, if you don't do it right, can have you booked, dizzy. Now you tired. Now you stressed. Now you burnt out. Listen, because I have been there and done that, that is what I make sure I don't allow my clients to do. So I pay attention to their stress levels. I pay attention to making sure that they're designing their offer in a way that is in alignment with their goals. I help them to become successful in knowing that you can live life on your terms. I give them permission to say, okay, yeah, I can be the boss of my life. I can hit the restart button. I can reinvent myself. I can, be sexy internally. And now my vibe is matching my fly. And now I'm just giving this whole new look and aura about myself, because it's not just the clothes. It's now.
Right. Definitely. So you're saying that I could wear, anything that I want as long as I feel good about it. So I could wear dots and stripes, or do you teach color coordination?
I teach color coordination. I teach you how to cohesively pair pieces in a way that represents you in the manner in which you want to be seen. So when it comes to patterns, there's a system, there's a strategy. That's something that we will work through so that you can understand how to properly use what's in your closet without getting so excited and just want to show everybody everything, like how to make a statement, but make sure that it's in a classy way, it's sophisticated, in a way that makes sense. So I teach you how to be stylist to yourself in the midst of not being able to have a budget for one.
Okay, that's really great, because when I people watch, I see a lot of people that need to line up and take your services. So when you notice your client is lacking self-esteem, how do you help them?
Well, I start to ask them a lot of questions about behind the scenes in their life. So, what are your wellness practices? What do you do for fun? I tap more into unpacking if they even have a self-care routine and what that self-care routine looks like, so that they can be calm and not moving out of just survival or fear or chaos.
Yes, that's true. That's really good. It's really important to help people with their self-esteem, because that's an important position to have, because you're changing the trajectory of their life. Like you mentioned, being an introvert, some people might think that you're being shy, but an introvert is not necessarily shy. So you help them with their branding and you help them shine. So that's really great. I really commend you for what you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. So let me ask you, what kind of tips can you give in general for this episode? And then they can always call you or contact you after this to get a more personal one-on-one coaching. But in general, what kind of how should our closet look?
Your closet should look like you're empowered. Your closet should look like you're excited to be there. It should look like, woo, I'm about to change the world. I'm about to change the game. It should uplift you. It should make you feel excited so that when you step outside into the world, you're ready to dominate. You feel like you're that girl because you are. So I would start by making sure if you know what to do with your style or you're trying to transition, and just start with a monochromatic look. Just that means if you're in the same color head to toe, that's okay. It's nice and it's clean until you can get professional guidance on how to piece pieces together, until you can figure out what brands really work for you. What is your style? Just it's basic. It's okay to have crew necks, solid color shirts, clean jeans. That's okay. It's okay to zhuzh it up with an earring. A gold hoop always works. A third layer, a third piece, whether that looks like a hat as an accessory or a blazer or a leather jacket, think in threes. I like to think in threes. And have fun. Just get pieces that speak to you, pieces that you love. You got to love it. You got to love what's in your closet, and you have to love the fact that you're giving yourself permission to accept you for who you are. And if that's your style, that's your personal style. That's what makes you unique. An expert can help you gate on making sure that you're choosing the right silhouettes for your body. But yeah, those are just some things I say.
Okay. So can you tell me or tell us a little bit about what is living style about?
So living style is about elevating your life on every level. Personally, professionally, it's about having you show up every day excited to live, excited with knowing that there's so many opportunities out there for you, that your dreams can be achieved, that vision that you're getting, and you like, God, how these happen? Like, you sure? Like, what? No, those are your signs. Those are your callings for you to get on track and to want to discover the fullness of how that can be for you. You're getting that dream, you're getting that vision. So it wants you. It's up to you to take those necessary steps to see if you can achieve it, because you really can. So I'm that person that holds women accountable to achieving success on their terms and understanding what do those terms look like to me, even though they might be scary, even though they might not make sense to anybody else, but to you, this is the life that you want to live. And it's okay. Let's just create it. Let's just create it. Let's do it.
Oh, yes, that is so true. Wow. This is so important because people might not understand the importance of your image, but the image is very important because, as you mentioned, it speaks for you before you start speaking. So yeah, I think that's really great that you're able to help women, especially with their self-esteem and with their overall image and branding. And that's going to help make a difference to their bottom line when it comes to their business. So thank you for that. So I understand you have some workshops coming up. Can you tell us about what it is that you speak on?
I speak on everything work-life balance. Everything. I speak on those touchy topics that people really try to bury. The heartbreak, the limiting mindset beliefs. I speak on the big dreams, the successful life of whatever that looks like to you. To me, that looks like freedom, flexibility, financial security. You know, it looks like, how can I go about achieving all of this in my lifetime? How can I be happy? How can I get the most out of this life and leave a impact, have influence? How can I get my brand exposure? You know, so
Yes, that's really great because when you feel better, you do better.
yeah.
And yeah, it starts with the mirror. It starts by looking at the person in the mirror and feeling good. That's really great. So, do you help the youth as well as women? Who are your customers, your
Yes,
clients?
so my clients are women 30 to about 50.
Okay.
I have been awarded many opportunities to start mentoring young ladies, so I'm really excited about that.
Right.
Um, so at this point, it's whoever God feels like is for me. Whoever He wants for me to serve in this season, I am
Right.
serving them in different forms and fashions. With the young ladies, it looks like a mentorship program in
Oh,
person. But for
yeah.
the adults, it's looking like private coaching, one on one. I have some collective experiences coming up soon where we all can empower each other and engage with one another in person. And yeah, it's evolving, and
Awesome.
every experience looks different, but there's so many ways that um, anyone who's listening can work with me. There's definitely options available in
Okay,
person,
that's
virtually.
oh wow, that's great. So you're available all around the world.
For now. Yep.
That's that's beautiful. Have you noticed anything with the younger generation, the young ladies? Is there a new trend, or is there anything? Because the music that I hear, they don't really have a lot of motivation and inspiration to live their fullest life.
Right.
So, have you noticed a decline or incline? Anything about the younger generation and with helping them? Is there anything that you know the average person can help with the next generation?
Honestly, I see, and we all see it, everyone is in their phone, and
Mm, yes.
they're in everyone but the people that's right in front of them,
Oh,
for one. And uh, it's not, it's not my first choice. We're exposing ourselves as women a lot more,
oh.
and that for one is just, we it's very misleading to, ugh, I'm not doing questions like this. We made it. We almost made it.
That's okay. You are making a lot of great points. I mean, yeah, these young ladies do need to see what they are expressing and the image that they are portraying. And they just don't know, because if they knew better, they would do better. So it's really great that you are inspiring the next generation as well as helping women of all ages. So that's really great. I mean, you're doing a great job. Seriously, I love it because I say each one reach 10.
Right.
We all have to do our part, and you're stepping into your calling, and that's what's needed, because you could be selfish with your style. You could just keep it all to yourself.
Yeah.
But you understand that, hey, we all need that extra. We need the mentorship from a guided guru, an expert like yourself. So your job is definitely needed in society. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Yes.
Right, right, right. So, is there anything else that you would like to leave the viewers and the listeners about anything? The floor is yours.
Well, I want for you guys to follow me on Instagram, because it's easier for me to show you than for me to tell you. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see how I live in style. You'll be able to see behind the scenes in real time action of mom life, being a boss, just being a community server. You'll see me in all areas of my life so that hopefully you can be inspired to show up as yourself and understand that your image your is your brand. You are your brand, and the sky's the limit. So I'm just getting started with climbing my mountain, and I would love for you to join me on and climb your own mountain with me by your side, guiding you on how to do it, with systems and strategies that are conducive to your goals so that everything is in alignment with who you want to become. So I'm here to serve you and journey with you. Come live on Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, everyone, please find her on Instagram. It is I am Angela Mullen. Okay, all one word. I am Angela Mullen on Instagram. Make sure you find her. And I love I love everything on your Instagram. I've checked you out. I mean, your style, your tips, everything is on point. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be using your services. So, I appreciate learning about that. I am in control essentially of my attire, and I might need some tips here and there, but it's nothing wrong with exuding who we are naturally. So that's great because society sometimes want to tell you to look a certain way and fit this certain outfit, but it's really great when you can be who you are. It
Yes.
helps you shine. Yeah. So
Yeah, so many people are afraid to just be themselves, to tap
yeah.
into who you are. You can't run from yourself forever. So eventually you're gonna have that one-on-one with yourself and become that. Become her. Become her.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I look forward to bringing you back in a couple of months to follow up and see how your workshops are going. And, it's all about women empowerment. So thank
Yeah.
you
Thank
for the
you.
women.
Thank you.
Right, no problem. Thank you. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I mean, image is everything. And like my first book that I wrote back in 2012, image is everything. What does your image say about you? I know for a fact that what she is referring to is so important. That image, what you show people, it speaks before you even open your mouth. So you do want to be aware of how you look and what image you are portraying out here. And someone like Mrs. Angela Mullen-Batson, she can help you. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I definitely did. And again, this is Beyond Boardroom Business with your host, Coach Stephanie. And I am live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Make sure you bring your friends and family because it's never going to be a dull moment because I only bring trailblazers, business owners, and leaders that make a difference. So until the next time, make sure you stay prayerful, you stay patient, and you stay persistent with all of your goals and desires. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Peace.